Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It is Monday, June 5th, 2023. Here's what's happening today in America. The drag shows are back on. We're still not making enough babies. A jet scrambles in D.C., and a major TV host leaves his show. That's all coming up. Then Bill will be here with your message of the day. But first, a federal judge ruled that Tennessee's first in the nation drag show in front of children ban is unconstitutional. 70-page ruling. He said that despite Tennessee's compelling interest in protecting the psychological and physical well-being of children, the law, which is technically known as the Adult Entertainment Act, is an unconstitutional restriction on the freedom of speech. Yes, men must be allowed to dress as women and dance provocatively in front of little children. That is freedom of speech. And I do not understand this argument. I hear this a lot. They say the law is unconstitutionally vague and substantially overbroad. It is perfectly specific. It says no adult-themed cabaret performances on public property or anywhere where minors might be present. That is perfectly clear and not vague at all. 3.7 million babies were delivered in the United States last year. Sounds like a lot, but that is well below our replacement rate. The replacement rate needs to be 2.1 kids per woman. We are at 1.66. We've been below the replacement rate since 2007. The only reason our population in America is growing is because of immigration. Meanwhile, U.S. companies so far this year have announced 400,000 layoffs. That's more than all the layoffs announced for all of last year. And we hear from many Democrats that we need to take in more immigrants to fill the demand for jobs. Doesn't quite make sense. A small plane flew over D.C. restricted airspace yesterday afternoon. It caused military jets to scramble. The fighter jet caused a sonic boom that could be heard across the entire region. The small plane ended up crashing in Montebello, Virginia, far away from D.C. We're not sure yet why the plane was unresponsive or how many people were on board. Chuck Todd is leaving Meet the Press. Meet the Press is the longest running program on American television. It's been around since 1947. How about that? There's been 12 moderators in its history. The first was Martha Roundtree. She never gets any recognition for being one of the first female broadcasters. She was the host from 1945 to 1953. The longest serving was Tim Russert. Chuck Todd said, "I'd rather leave a little bit too soon than stay a tad bit too long." Bill O'Reilly with your message of the day. Next.
The chairman of the Fed is promising more pain ahead. Last year's stocks dropped 20%, and this year could be worse. You are right to be worried. So please call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They'll show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Since I have been a client and spokesperson, the price of gold has appreciated more than 35%. So please call today and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Please call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD GOLD to 65532. Again, 877-444-GOLD or text GOLD to 65532. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Monday, I think I'm living in a bubble. I hope not, but I think I am because I don't know any woke people. I know liberals. I know people who see the world much differently than I do. But woke fanatics, I don't know them. I don't come across them. I think it's when I appear anywhere in public, they disappear. They don't want to confront me. And I'll tell you why. I'm not mean, even if you are a woke zombie. I wouldn't be mean to you. But I give you the eyebrow raise and perhaps ask you a question or two about why you would support, for example, a gay group that invades a church and defiles Jesus. I would ask, Why are you supporting that? As the Los Angeles Dodgers are. And I don't know if I could get a cogent answer. If you have one, please let me know, bill@BillO'Reilly.com. But the point is that I don't come across these people, and I live in New York, just 20 miles out of Manhattan, where the wokesters are everywhere. But in my purview, they don't approach me and I don't see them. There are no drag shows that I know of on Long Island. So am I missing out? I don't think so. And I'm wide awake. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, bill@BillO'Reilly.com, bill@BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Now let's go to the mail. Joe Diacomo, Mount Laurel, New Jersey. I find it ironic that Los Angeles has a Catholic name, meaning Our Lady of the Angels, and Sacramento is derived from the word sacrament. Well, Los Angeles is the angels, Joe, okay, in Espanol, and that's because the explorers of the California coast were Spanish, and the missionaries that started the culture there were Spanish. So you would assume San Diego, all throughout the state. But a little irony there because they don't like Christians out there very much anymore, do they? Donald Warner from Four Oaks, North Carolina. Hey, Bill, are you going to stop eating at Chick-fil-A? Why would I do that? Just because Chick-fil-A appointed some executive to look at DEI doesn't mean they're going to do anything bad. If they do something bad, then I'm not going to eat the nuggets. That's what I get in Chick-fil-A. I get the nuggets, and they're good. All right, and the sauce a little too much sugar, but it's good. Presentation's good. You got to wait online because it's so good that people caught on. But let's not be crazy about this. Let's watch and see what happens. It's not close to Bud Light or Target or the Dodgers. It's not even close to that. Kathleen, concierge member. Bill, I believe PetSmart is doing the Pride line for gay customers. That is all well and good, but it's simply not something I'm comfortable with. Well, I don't know why it would bother you. I don't care if the gay people want to have a gay dog leash. Doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother Holly the terror dog. If you're gay and you want to put a gay sweater on your dog, okay. In a moment, something you might not know. If you own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles and have an auto warranty about to expire or have no warranty at all, listen up. Car Shield has a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that's now available to the public. Save on out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. So please call Car Shield now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. 800-925-7584 for a free quote. This protection plan is at an all-time low in price. Drivers who activate the vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. So please call for your free quote, 800-925-7584, 800-925-7584. Hey, what do you have to lose? 800-925-7584. Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 19 years ago today, President Ronald Reagan died at his home in Southern California. The 93-year-old lived an extraordinary life that began in Hollywood and culminated with 2 terms in the White House. Here is the story. Born February 6, 1911 in Illinois, young Ronald began acting in high school. He moved to Hollywood in 1937, where he got a job as an extra for Warner Brothers. He soon landed major roles in films like Dark Victory, Storm Warning, and The Killers. After World War II, Reagan served as president of the Screen Actors Guild, waging a public campaign against communist infiltrators in Hollywood. After a handful of box office bombs, Ronald Reagan pivoted to politics. He was elected the governor of California in 1966, where he served until 1975. 4 years later, the popular Republican announced his campaign for the White House. He won the 1980 race with an electoral landslide, 489 to 49. President Jimmy Carter carried just 5 states. 2 months after his inauguration, Reagan barely survived an assassination attempt. 4 years later, he won re-election by an even larger margin. 525 electoral votes for Reagan, 13 for Walter Mondale. After 2 terms in office, Reagan, known as the Gipper, led the USA out of record-high inflation, rebuilt the military, and launched an arms race with Russia that ultimately destroyed the Soviet Union, which was what Russia was called then. The president died in 2004 after a 10-year battle with Alzheimer's. And here's something else you might not know. Ronald Reagan's nickname originated long before his career in politics. Back in 1940, the actor appeared in a film called All American, playing the ill-fated football star, George Gipp. The injured athlete asked his college teammates to win a critical game in his honor. Ronald Reagan's famous line, "Win one for the Gipper." Back after this.
Ad paid for by OpenShare Concepts. Attention firefighters, members of the military, and airport workers. For decades, first responders and firefighters at military bases and airports used a chemical-based foam to fight fires. Studies have shown the chemicals used to make aqueous film-forming foam, or AFFF, are highly toxic to humans and have been associated with several types of cancer. If you or someone you know was exposed to AFFF and were diagnosed with any of these cancers, including kidney, bladder, prostate, pancreatic, lymphoma, leukemia, testicular, and neuroendocrine, then you should call us immediately because you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Call us at 800-494-8560. Our experienced attorneys will fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless we get a recovery in your favor. Time is limited to file a claim, so call us now, 800-494-8560. Operators are standing by 24/7, so don't wait. 800-494-8560. That's 800-494-8560. Again, 800-494-8560.
Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.